from the Mike James Rock Show, and Sean from Thy Heart is Murder is joining us. How's it going, chap?
Yeah, going well, thanks.
Is it nice and cold for you?
It is, yeah.
It's nippy.
Bit of snow and, yeah, haven't been spending too much time outdoors, but...
I don't blame you at all. Yeah. Last time we saw you guys was when you headlined Download last year.
Yep.
Since then, just from our perspective, it seems like your stock has raised so much in the last sort of like 8-10 months or so. Is this something that you're aware of as well? There just seems to be a lot more people getting behind Thy Heart is Murder and sort of really getting into the vibe of them now.
It's hard to say. Like, we haven't been back since then, so
no.
I guess, I mean, the shows have been great and the crowd seem to know the songs, well, a few of them.
Yeah.
And a few people in such a big crowd is pretty good. We'll take that. But, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. We're at the end of our last album cycle, so hearing that's kind of nice if you think that maybe.
So it seems like the album has done what it's meant to do, is raise you up another level.
Yeah. I mean, we're always touring, so I guess the more you tour and the more new people you get to play to and more people that catch on.
Your next tour alone is across the States with 2 British bands, Architects and While She Sleeps. Yeah. So is that then your last tour for this cycle? Or have you got more stuff and then you're going back into the studio?
That will be the last tour on the cycle, and we get to tour with we love Architects. We tour with them before, and they're our mates, and never really toured with While She Sleeps, but I'm sure they're nice. So
they're
should
really
be fun.
Nice guys as well, just to sit and chat to kind of thing.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say then. The tour that you're on at the moment with Parkway Drive and Killswitch Engage, when you got announced for that, as I was alluding to earlier, there seemed to be a lot of hype about you guys being on the tour. Maybe you're one of the heavier bands coming out of Australia at the moment, but there does seem to be a resurgence of heavy bands coming out of Australia. Is there something in the water down there?
I don't know, like a lot of people do say like, oh, Australia's got good metal bands, but for the most part we kind of grew up with most of those bands, and so we've known them for years, so it's really nice to see that the Australian bands are getting overseas and playing and getting a good response, and particularly the metal bands, but there's lots of great music from down under, but a few Australian bands smashing it at the moment. It's nice.
Well, it's not just the metal bands. There seems to be like hard rock bands as well, like Massive are blowing up over here, and obviously you've got Airborne and bands like that as well. Those kind of hard rocker kind of bands. Yeah,
there's like some other cool bands. Like there's band TAIM Impala, who were like a bit more.
Didn't realise they were Australian.
Yeah, so they're huge, and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and kind of some psychedelic. But all genres, it's a pretty crazy name. But I mean, it's now it's, I don't know. It seems a little bit more like touring internationally seems a little bit more of an option for Australian bands. It's happening more and more, so that's nice.
I guess because Australia is such a big country, but it's sparsely populated compared to the UK alone. There's more people in London than there is pretty much in the whole of Australia. Does that mean that there's not as much for people to do, so forming a band is like one of the main options to do? It's either that or go and nick cars or whatever.
It's, I mean, obviously compared to over here or America, there's way less people, and it's kind of like a smaller scene, but it's kind of a good thing in a way, because it is small. It's a bit easier for everyone to get behind, rather than having way too many bands and people kind of pick and choose, and it's quite supportive, like
everyone's got each other's backs kind of thing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, obviously Parkway are taking you out at the moment, and
they've looked after us for years now. This is the second.
Didn't you do a split EP or split tracks with them or something, if I remember right? Was that
Winston featured on a song on Holy War, but I mean, if they want to do one, we'll do one.
Open to all suggestions.
It'll be good for us.
Have you started toying with ideas for a new album yet?
Yeah, it's happening.
Okay.
It might even be. Actually, I'll probably get in trouble from Andy.
So there's potential of some sort of new music.
There's definitely one coming. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're doing the architect tour in the States, and then what? You're going to take time off to write them and record and stuff, or is that still not quite cemented into what your plans are yet for the rest of the year?
I think we have a 2-month break after that.
Oh, nice.
And then we'll be back over for the summer festival. So in the UK, we're playing. Is it announced? The UK one? No, I won't say anything. I don't know. I could get in trouble.
You are playing a UK
Always
festival
getting in trouble.
at some point next summer.
So, and then playing a bunch in Germany, and just probably a couple of shows on our own and with other bands. So it's a fun time of year, the European summer. It's kind of like the highlight of the whole touring.
Are you missing the Aussie summer at the moment though? Because obviously it's January here and it's Baltic. It's proper chilly out, and back home they've got like the Download Festival in Australia happening, and
it's super hot. I'm kind of glad I'm missing it. I think there's been some stinkers, some 40 plus days back to back, and as much as the cold is a bit annoying, I'd probably take it over the extreme heat.
You can do stuff in the cold, can't you? You can, because it warms you up. Whereas if it's hot and you want to do something, it just knackers you out, man. And
I don't have any air conditioning in my room back home, so I'll be moving the mattress into the living room, and I mean it'd be fine. But nice warm backstage it's not too bad.
That's cool. I mentioned it earlier that it seems like your stock has raised up on this album. I was doing some preparation before coming into this interview. I was watching one of the interviews we did with one of you guys back in 2014, and you were literally playing like 200 cap venues over here. So it seems to me that the UK has been one of those places that has kind of taken you on board, even like in the early days back in 2013-14 when you were playing the smaller venues. They were always packed out for your own headline shows and stuff. Do you think the UK is very much a strong bolt for you guys now?
It's like ever since the first time we came over, when we first got with like Nuclear Blast, and we came over and did some smaller club shows or like even some showcase shows, and that's always been awesome. We've done a couple of tours where we haven't really done too much in the UK, and kind of done Download now twice, and a couple of big supports like with Parkway. So I think that's probably helped a lot too, just the opportunity to play to more people and more people to know about the band. So that could have something to do with it, but it's always nice to come to the UK.
Do you find it keeps you grounded playing some of the smaller venues and then going off and playing arenas like this one? Yeah,
it's nice. I mean, literally in the summer just gone, we played 2 shows in Cologne, and one was on they announced a second show, and it was on like a Monday night or something, and the first one was sold out, but I guess everyone had already come to see us, and there was like 20 people there, and then we just kind of did a Q&A, and we played.
But that makes it special for those people that have attended.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Hardcore fans if they're coming out as well.
So yeah, that was a different experience, but it's nice. I like playing the clubs always.
That's how we start out as a band, isn't it? You play those little grimy little venues where you're nose to nose covered in sweat, and you can get hit by crowd surfers and whatnot.
Yeah, kicked in the head, someone flying over the front.
And your pits are pretty crazy. I've stood on the edge of one and still got myself injured pushing people back in. It's like, I'm too old for pits nowadays, but yeah. Yeah,
it's hard to see from the stage. I do see people getting into it, but then afterwards you hear like, oh, some dude broke his arm. I'm like, far out.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's so metal.
Yeah.
And that's it. People will go down in the pit, they'll dislocate an arm, break a leg or something, and they still get up and go, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As soon as they're out of the way of their mates,
Yeah, once we had a guy he must have just got his nose smashed in, and he bled to unconsciousness in the bathroom.
Oh.
And he's leaving on a stretcher. We bring him a shirt. He's like, "This is the best day of my life."
The thing is, though, he will be telling that story for years and years. Though it's just like that's it. That's going to gigs and enjoying live music.
Yeah,
it's definitely something that I think needs to be ingrained into the younger people. It's like this is what happens at gigs. This is how it used to be. This is how it can still be. You don't need to be sat on a keyboard slagging people off. Go out and enjoy the live music.
Yeah, it's a good release, I guess, as well for maybe people that aren't so much into going to bars and nightclubs, and they just
Yeah.
like going to see live music, and every couple of weeks they get to go and see a band they like and have a bit of a jump around.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's aggressive music for lovely people.
Yep, that's it. And most of the time it's like as violent as it gets. Everyone's very friendly, and yeah, if someone gets hurt or whatever, they will make sure they're alright. And
Yeah, it's you see countless frontmen saying if you see someone go down, help them back up, and it's almost like a mantra now, isn't it? It's like everyone is family in the metal scene. It doesn't matter what band you're into or that. It's like it might be fragmented into different sort of subgenres on subgenres, but at the end of the day, we're still there to have a good time and be safe and love towards each other, and that's the way forwards, I think.
that's it. Especially at shows like this size and festivals, you can kind of feel the, and like you see people that are like genuinely excited about something. It's kind of nice to see, because we don't really get too excited about too much.
How are you finding playing these bigger stages on this
Awesome.
tour?
Yeah, this has been great. It's crazy. The shows are like we're the first band on, but there's always people are there to see the first band, and it's a big crowd.
The past couple of shows you've done on this tour in the UK, looking at the social media press afterwards, it seems like everyone's just getting quite hyped behind the opening band, and quite often when you've got a 3 or 4 band sort of tour like this, people don't really talk on social media about the opening act because they're in the bar, or they just, they're not interested in it. But there just seems to be a lot of Die Artist Murder press going around, from fans and stuff, saying they're putting on a blinding show. If you're going to go and see them tomorrow, the day after, kind of thing,
That's good to hear.
you're going to enjoy the show.
I think like we're definitely on the more extreme side. Like Killswitch and Parkway are super heavy bands, but we have like a lot of like crazy fast blast beats, and, and like it's a bit too much for some people, I think. But it's good to hear it's going over well with people, and people are talking.
And you're there to win fans over, aren't you, as well? That's the thing. You've got to play the show as if you're headlining the entire gig, I guess, even if you are going on at tea time.
Yeah. It is. We only get half an hour, so in and out, try and bang it out.
And win those people over and raise your stock even more.
Yeah, hopefully. It's a great opportunity to, like I said, Parkway always, for years now, have been taking us on tour, and it's sick.
That's good. That's good when you've got that family vibe with someone you're on tour with. We've interviewed countless bands that they've toured together, kind of thing, and that's great on stage, but we don't talk to them behind the scenes, kind of thing. And so I'm hoping that's not the same here then. With
No.
you and Parkway,
everyone's very friendly
all together, I guess.
This is we did like a couple of years ago, like a full world tour with them, and I guess they're kind of like a big brother band in a lot of ways. And like for an Australian band, they're like kind of like a mentor, because they were the first to kind of go overseas and smash it. And
They've really broken through as well, haven't they?
Opened a lot of doors for the other younger Australian bands that came after that, and were able to go on tour Europe and do the festivals and stuff. So it's awesome.
Are you thinking of doing that for bands younger than you from Australia then? When you go out on headliner tours, are you going to be taking someone from back home?
We do it when we can. We brought a few bands from home over. Our friends Justice for the Damned came over with us last year, and our friends of Virgin's Crown have been with us.
Those guys are sick.
Yeah,
they played our hometown last summer.
Yeah, they're awesome, and they're good mates.
I think they're back over here quite soon as well.
I think they just got here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we get to cross paths. It'd be nice.
Yeah, you never know. It's a small country.
Catch up with a truck stop or something.
That's exactly it. You'd be in a service station like, oh my god.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
It's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you. Wish you all the luck for the Architects tour and the rest of the year with writing and recording and whatnot, and hopefully you'll be back over here soon enough with new music.
Thanks, mate.
Cool.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much.
See you.
Thanks guys for watching my interview with Die Artist Murder. If you enjoyed this, there's plenty more interviews up on the channel, and we will be putting out lots more interviews and other products and things on our YouTube channel. So hit the notification bell, the subscription and the like, and you know what you're doing, the pink things. That's it. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the My James Rock Show.